Hi everyone. In this activity, you are plotting a line graph to show the evolution of the population of moose in Isle Royale. So when you want to represent how a population evolves, you can either choose a bar graph or a line graph. A bar graph, I have an example on the screen right now. This bar graph represents how many visitors are going to Yellowstone every month on average every year. So you can see that these are nice little bars. A line graph is going to be, sorry, my chickens are whining in the background. A line graph is just going to be a line. And here we have a line graph representing the number of visitors to Yosemite every year. So we are going to be plotting a line graph. This is the grid that you're going to be using. And this is the data table that you will be using to plot your graph. So what I really recommend is that you put them side by side on your screen. And I know that you know how to do this because I've seen roomies do it. So it's really, really useful to have both on the screen. This one we can make really small because all we need is the table. And the other one is going to need to be a little bit bigger. Okay. What you want is to have access to the numbers and to the grid. You will be working on this grid. So I've prepared a lot of things for you. You already have the years here. We have 11 data points. So 11 years. You can see that it's every 5 years from 1970 to 2018. We have numbers that show how many moose were present on Isle Royale. So biologists for over 50 years actually have been counting and keeping track of the population of moose. Every year they count them. And on the vertical axis here, you have the number of moose. Okay. For the data points, you're going to use these little circles. They're really big, so all points are going to be kind of like an approximation. For 1970, the population was 480. So I am just placing the data point. This is 400. This is 500. I'm going to place it just a little bit under 500 to represent 580. So it's going to be like touching 500 because it's such a big point. We're going for like an approximation. In 1975, the population of moose was 1,010. So this is really close to 1,000. I'm going to place it here. 1975, going all the way up to 1,000. In 1980, the population was 664. So I'm taking my data point, going to the 1980 line, vertical line, and going up all the way to 664. So it's between 600 and 700 right there. It's going to be as precise as it can. And we're having really big points here. In 1985, 1,062. So we are above 1,000, under 1,100, 1,100. We're a little bit in between. I'm going to do 1990 as well. The population was 1,216. 1990, 1,216. So that's really close to 1,200. But just a smudge higher. Okay. I'm going to let you continue plotting all the points. So keep going, 1995, 2000, and so on. Keep plotting all the points. What I want to show you now is how, right now we just have data points. We want to connect them in order to make a line graph. We're going to use the line tool. And once you've clicked on the line tool, you can see that as I hover over the first point, I have these little purple circles. I want to click on one and connect it to the next data point. So you want to make sure that you don't skip a year. The point for 1970 is going to connect to 1975, and then we'll connect to 1980, and then to 1985. Now, this line is very small, not very visible, and I'd like it to be green. I want yours to be green as well. So I'm going to change the line weight to 4. You could even go for 8, and then I'm going to make it green. Choose whatever green you want. I have my green here. As long as it's green, I'm happy. Let's see what it looks like with 8. I like 8. I'm going to keep 8. So I've got the green and size 8. Now, here's a nice trick. If you keep this line selected, when I click on line again to create a new line, it's going to keep the same preferences. So you can see that I have the 4 purple dots. I'm clicking on a different dot and I'm connecting it to this one. And take a look. It's also a size 8 green line. I'm going to click again. Choose another dot. You can't connect to the same dot. That's the only problem. I'm going to click again. All right. And that's what I have so far. So I have the beginning of this line graph. I want you to continue. So first, plot all your points and then connect them with green lines. Bye.